It's getting harder and harder to make ends meet today. With inflation through the roof, income staying flat, and the housing market being only a reality for boomers, you have to approach this new economy totally different. See, if you're a millennial or Gen Z, you've been lied to. Getting good grades, going to a good university, and getting a good job, yeah, that doesn't work anymore. It's not guaranteed to live an amazing life like our boomer parents did. See, you need to invest in hard assets. Something that's real, something that can be changed, molded, or renovated, and most importantly, something that spits out cash flow. And there's no better asset that does this other than real estate, and real estate has completely changed my life and my family's life. I went from being a broke carpenter in my 20s to a multi-millionaire in my 30s. So in this video, I'm gonna explain exactly how to approach real estate investing and how to do things the right way so you don't make the same mistakes I did. So the first thing you got to do to become a good real estate investor is to approach real estate investing as a business. This is the mistake so many amateur real estate investors make because they just have the mentality of owning one or two properties, self-managing it, not really caring how to improve the properties or their business. They're just holding it because they've been told real estate is something good to hold on to, and they're absolutely right. But if they treated it like a business, they would get so much farther ahead, so much faster. And when you think about something as a business, it must cash flow on day one. This is like the most important rule to real estate investing that so many people get wrong. See, amateurs and speculators, they just think I'll just buy a property, hold it, and I'll automatically make money. So with that mentality, they're buying properties that don't cash flow. They're buying pre-construction properties, being told that, oh yeah, they're going to go up in value. Of course, the builder's going to say that. Of course, the realtor is going to say that. But the most important fundamental thing is these properties must cash flow and carry themselves so you're not going deeper into debt every single month. Because a negative cash flowing property, even if it's only $200 or $300 a month, over time, that's going to put a major drag on you. And God forbid, if something ever happened, like a tenant didn't pay rent, they had to move out, it took a few months for you to get another tenant, now you're going deeper and deeper into debt. And if you're not making a crazy income to start with, this can be a bad recipe for losing it all and ruining your credit rating. Most importantly, ruining your name and your brand, which we'll talk about in a bit. Now, the way real estate really makes you wealthy kind of out of nowhere is because of the compound effect. It's this idea that when you own multiple assets that are all getting paid down at the exact same time, they're all appreciating at the exact same time, and they're all cash flowing at the same time, when you go 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years of owning multiple assets, by the time you turn around, you're probably going to be a multimillionaire. And this is exactly what happened to me when I was 28. I added up all my assets. I owned a bunch of property by that point. And when I did the math, pretending if I sold these properties at retail value and I paid off all the mortgages and all my partners, how much money would I have left over? I was a millionaire. And I didn't even realize it. So picture this. Imagine you own 5 properties, 10 properties, and they're all getting paid down. They're all appreciating. And you go 2-3 years. That's insane. Now, in my case, I actually own 50 single family rental properties with partners at the peak of my portfolio, which was in 2022. And then guess what I did? I sold them all right at the peak before the first interest rate hike. It's almost like I knew something. It's almost like I do this for a living. And I completely cashed out like a stock. I played the real estate market like it was fucking Amazon stock. Now, none of us predicted this crazy hike cycle in mortgage rates. That's not why I sold. I was just at a point in my life where I made a ton of money. The real estate market was getting really wonky. And me being a realtor, I had kind of inside knowledge and just seeing firsthand how crazy buyers were being about properties, throwing insane offers out. And I was like, dude, this party has to stop sometime soon. Little did I know the party was getting a towel thrown on it about 3 weeks after I sold my last property. Now that's pretty good timing. Some of it was luck, most of it was skill, but I'm going to take the win regardless. But this is how the rich get so rich, is by owning all these assets, multiple assets, and having them all appreciate over time, and then cashing out or refinancing, doing whatever they can. But that's what you got to do. And the middle class just going to work every day, working their little job for their little boss, you ain't getting nowhere. Inflation is killing you. Prices at the grocery stores, gas to fill up your car. Buying new cars are getting more expensive. The insurance on that car is getting more expensive. Everything's getting more expensive, and your wage isn't really growing. But see, when we have inflation like we do, investors like me actually love it. See, when you own good hard assets like real estate, gold, even some good quality stocks, inflation is actually your best friend. I personally, for my own selfish reasons, want more inflation. I can't wait until the government realizes they went way too far, way too fast, and they're going to start slashing rates because the economy is taking a beating slowly and slowly. They're going to realize, oh shit, we fucked up so bad. And they're going to slash those rates. And what do you think is going to happen? Inflation's going to come back in some form. It might not come back the way it did in 2022, 2023. In fact, I'm almost certain it won't. But inflation in some form will be back. And assets love inflation. Now, the next thing you want to do as a real estate investor to solidify you're going to make a lot of money is to specialize in one area and in one niche. So this is exactly what I did when I started off investing. I only focused in my hometown of Kitchener-Waterloo, which is 1 hour south of Toronto. And I only focused on single-family real estate because being a carpenter at that time, I was only renovating single-family homes. I understood it. I know how they were built. I know how to renovate them and make them look sweet. So I just went all in. And single-family properties also attract the highest quality tenant. Nice families with a cat and dog. They're going to stay for years and years. Their kids are going to be enrolled in a school, so they're not really going to want to move too often. That's the tenant I wanted. I wanted nice and easy, nice and boring. That's exactly what I got. So while so many other investors in their early career are looking around everywhere with stars in their eyes, they want to do multifamily investing. They want to do student properties. They want to do Airbnbs. They want to flip houses. They're not focused and they're fucking up and making mistakes left, right, and center. This is what you want to avoid, and it's totally what I did. I mean, it was hard because even me being a realtor specializing with investors, I was helping them buy multifamily properties and student properties. I understand the business, obviously, so I could totally help them. But for my own business, no. I only focused on single-family properties in this one town until I absolutely mastered it. I can do it in my sleep. I don't have to look at comparables. They're all up here. I know exactly what's going on in the market. That's what made me an expert. And most importantly, that's what helped build my brand and have people wanting to partner with me because they could see my focus. They could see my skills. I was posting it on YouTube here, showing the before and afters I was doing with clients or with partners on our deals. And people gravitated to it and were like, wow, I want to partner with you. You know exactly what you're doing. I'm going to fuck this all up on my own. I know it. I'm just going to partner with you. And that happened over and over and over again until we owned 50 single-family rentals with partners. And I flipped 100 properties on top of that, 150 real estate deals in total, all with partners, all with none of my own money. None. No credit, no money, nothing. They brought all the money. They brought all the credit. They got the mortgages in their name. And the only reason why that could have happened is because of the brand I built. Now, building your brand is a topic all on its own. I've made so many videos here on YouTube you can check out. But if you just want to get all the goods right away, I got a course in the description called Unlimited Cash. That is where I teach you everything about building a brand, how to post videos, what to say in your videos, how to post on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, all those things. You get my entire strategy of what I do on a daily basis in that course, Unlimited Cash. Check it out. Now, the next thing you want to do to become a wealthy real estate investor is to start an active income in the real estate industry. So this is something so many people don't realize or they don't put an importance on because we're told the passive income lie. If you just buy a bunch of rental properties, you can live off of the cash flow and don't worry about anything, just chill on the cash flow. Well, number one, real estate investing isn't really passive, even if you're buying the easy single family properties like I was. Trust me, those still take a lot of work, even with a property manager company doing it all, even with an accountant that I was hiring doing all the books for us. It's still a lot of work to manage. Things come up, the property managers have questions, things happen. So being a real estate investor and owning multiple properties, especially once you're at that 10 property level or more, while trying to work your full-time job that's in a totally unrelated industry, probably from 9 to 5, it's going to be a lot. So what I recommend, once you get to that 10 property mark, you're savvy, you got some skills, you know how to hire and fire people by this point, you know how to renovate. Now it's time to take your skills to the next level and build an active business within real estate. This could be wholesaling deals. This could be flipping properties, Airbnbs. You could become a realtor or a mortgage broker specializing with investors, kind of like I did. But my absolute favorite and what you should really focus on, I think, is wholesaling and flipping. And what that really means is building a marketing company in a sense. See, understanding the wholesaling business and the flipping business means you need to know how to attract motivated sellers to you and buy deals direct. No realtors. See, when you're flipping properties, you can't really be buying deals on the MLS. That's amateur hour. Only amateur babies buy flips on the MLS. I mean, sometimes the numbers might work, but like 99.7% of the time, it ain't gonna work. A deal on the market with a realtor is a bad deal. It's listed too high. See, to flip and to wholesale, you gotta steal properties from sellers. And they know full well. It's not like we're doing some crazy illegal shit. They know most likely full well they'll be selling their property at a discount. But the type of properties we're buying are shitty, dilapidated houses, hoarder houses. There's crap everywhere. There's mold all over the walls. Disgusting houses that could never sell on the MLS. But in return for buying an asset all cash, no conditions, no commissions, you're buying that deal way under market value. And when you specialize in that and understand how that business works, now you're talking like a real estate investor. Now you're a real business owner. And learning these skills is going to change your life. Because if you can buy a deal so low under market value, you can do anything with it. You can wholesale it to another investor, make a quick profit. You can flip it, take it from end to end, totally renovate it, make it look good. You can even wholesale it, which means you do such a small renovation. Maybe you close on this hoarder property, you get rid of all the junk, you sweep it out, you put an air glade freshener in so it smells kind of nice, and you list it on the market with a realtor as a fixer-upper, and some schlumpy amateur realtor and some schlumpy amateur flipper is going to buy it thinking they can flip it. Good for them. You could also hold the property and just totally renovate it and hold it as a long-term rental and make so much money on the equity, and 5 years later sell it for way more. You could turn it into an Airbnb. You could do a million different things with it if you get this foundational strategy right of buying low first, direct from seller. Now, with everything being said, that is how you build a real estate investing business, and that is how you're going to totally transform your wealth and your family's life, which is the whole point of real estate investing. It's the whole reason why I invest in real estate is to have time freedom, location freedom. For example, right now, we're living in our second winter home in Naples, Florida. I'm shooting this in the garage with the green screen. And in the summer times, we go back to Canada, and our house is like an amazing giant dream house. That is living to me. That is how you build a good life and a good business. Because the reality is, all we want as millennials and Gen Zs most likely is time freedom and location freedom. If you're living up in Massachusetts or Indiana or Kentucky, dude, it's too cold, shitty weather for like half the year. I got a feeling you don't want that. And I also got a feeling that you don't want to be a slave to inflation and your shitty wage that's never growing at your job. This is how you do it. So if you like this video, if you learned anything, please smash the like button. Please smash the like button. Hit that subscribe button. I will see you in the next video.